Hi all, this is James at studentgrinds.ie. In this lesson, we'll run through how to create a live online streaming class. Okay, if we look here, we have some resources to allow us to do this. And first resources for actually students. Now, when a student wishes to enter a live class, so a teacher is starting to present their class, they have prearranged a time for say Monday 7 o'clock. The student would simply enter this, hit this button, and they would enter the class. A new tab would open up in their browser, and they would be able to see the teacher and their presentation, and there would be a chat box that they can ask questions. Now, more than one student can actually enter the class, so you could have a class, say, of 10 students watching your online lesson at the same time. So you can simultaneously cast to up to 20 students. So let's look at it from a teacher's point of view and what software and what we need to do to install software onto the Chrome browser. So again, what we're doing is we are broadcasting a class, and we're actually broadcasting another tab on your browser. So the tab on your browser, whatever's on that tab will be broadcast, whether it is a PowerPoint demonstration, and we'll show you how to do that in this lesson, or it could be a PDF, or it could be anything at all, what you can think of to put onto another tab. Well, this will all become plain in a minute. We need a couple of extensions. The first extension will allow us to share our desktop. So we'll install this first extension. I just like to say this is a one-off operation. Once you install these, we have two extensions to install, and once these extensions have been installed, that's it. There's no need to reinstall them each time. Once they're up, they're ready. You can disregard this section after that. So let's do that first. So we'll install this live extension, and we simply add it to Chrome. And we add extension. So it's currently adding the extension. If you see on the top right hand side, the extension has been added. We can actually delete that. We don't need to do anything there. And we also don't need, we can delete this here. We pop up. And we can actually delete this extension. So that's all that there's to it. We have a little icon here that allow us to share any tabs that are on our system. The second extension is really for convenience. It's a split tab extension that allows us to view two tabs side by side. So let's install this, and we'll see how that works later on in the lesson. So we're going to use both these two tabs, both these two extensions. So again, we'll just go through the same procedure. We'll add the extension. It's checking. The tab scissors has been added, which is great. We have a wee icon here. We can close this pop-up, or we can also close this down. So we're actually ready to go now to deliver a live lesson. Now let's see how this works. So the first thing we'll do is click on our tab sharing extension, and you see welcome to our Darwin College extension. So your ID here, you need to enter an ID, and it'll be the same ID as you would enter when you're logging into our Student Grinds portal. So mine is James Teacher. Okay, so I will submit that, and then it's a question of just simply entering our live class. So now we have a first look at our live class environment. Now I'll go through where everything's going to appear. Now, actually, in here you will see your. You could actually see your presentation. You'll see who's online, and you can chat to people. Even at this stage, you can chat to people that would log into your. So other students that would have clicked on that button, you can talk to them via the chat here before we even start our presentation. Okay, so we simply, and that would actually get to the student. Okay, so let's now open a presentation. Okay, now you don't need to use this button. This is for convenience if you have a PowerPoint demonstration that you want to use. Now, what our policy is that you would have a Google account. Now, in a Google account, you could have 15 gig of free space, so it's free to create for you, and it's very useful to have a Google Drive. And we actually encourage you to do this. So let's see how this might work. Okay, so I'll open a presentation. It will go to our Google presentation portal that we have, and I have already a couple of presentations available. These are actually stock presentations that come with Google Slides. So I'll just double click to open them up, and here we can see making a presentation that takes a guide to Chip Heath, a guide by Chip Heath and Dan Heathwell. Very good. Okay, so it's currently loading. So you can actually import a PowerPoint demonstration up into your Google Drives, and this is how it would, you can see it. So we're trying to present here. Now here, when we start to present, you'll see a button. Do not click on this button. What we need to do is hit the down button and go to presenter view. Okay, so this is important. So it comes up with a blank page that you can disregard straight away, and this is what we're interested in. It is loading our presenter view in this tab. So we're just waiting for it to load now. And here's our presenter view. So this is really just like a PowerPoint. You can actually press the space bar and flick through, or you can use your mouse to flick through your presentation. So we do have a problem. We have the presentation here, ready to broadcast. We haven't yet broadcasted yet, okay? But we want to see the controls as well. It's taking up the whole screen, and this is what our second extension is useful for. So we can hit the split tab extension, and this now will split the tabs in two. Now we have our the control buttons that we use to present, and we also have our presentation on the right hand side. Now what we can do is actually reduce the size of this here control, because we don't need the full control button to be visible. This is really for us to access different buttons when our presentation is going on. And we can increase the size of this presentation. So that's great. So look, we can still go through and we can start presenting. So we're not presenting yet. To start actually presenting, we go up to our left hand panel and we go presenter. And now, so the first thing it'll ask you which tab you want to share. Now make sure you pick the big idea. If you pick the wrong one, just simply refresh the page and go through the procedure again. So your big idea, and now we are actually presenting now this big idea. Now to see, we don't really, how can we be confident that we are presenting this? Well, we can actually look on what the student can see. Okay, so if I click on student view, okay, so this is what the student can see, and then they can press start viewing presentation. Now I'll just turn the volume down. I need to turn the volume down because I'll get echo. So this is what the student's point of view. So if you can see, they can ask a question. Hi, I have a question. So this message will actually get through to the presenter. So we can see that in a minute. And now the presenter can flick through and talk about the slides. So we see the slides on our right hand side, and this is the view of the student. So each student will have the same view, so you can chat through them on that. So this is the student view. I'm just going to close this tab down, okay? And as you can see, remember the message, I have a question. And we are now in the presenter view on the left hand side. We have the presenter view, and this is what the presenter will see. and so we receive questions, and we can tailor our presentation for the questions. So I encourage everybody to get the students involved. So if they ask a question, please have a look at it and make sure that you're responding to those questions. It's a really great way to interact with the students and keep them engaged. So again, what we're doing here on the right hand side is going through and you're talking through your presentation. So that's great. We've just done our presentation. But what we want to do also is, once we have the presentation finished, we want to be able for the students to re-look over your presentation. So for example, when you're doing a live session, the students will see your live session, but they might miss something. Now, how we do that is we simply record our session. So we hit record, and now you'll see this icon to stop recording when you're finished recording. So we'll show you how to upload that then to YouTube. So we normally upload it to YouTube. So we would normally go through the lesson, and then we'd stop the recording. And once you hit stop recording, your recording will actually be shown in a wee window above on your thing. So when you're happy with that recording, and this would be after your lesson, so you can stop your lesson now, okay? So your lesson's finished, you've stopped your recording, and now you can save the recording to your desktop. It's usually in my PC, it goes to my downloads folder. So I hit save, and you can see here that the file is called video2.webm. Okay. So what we do with that video2.webm, we'd upload it to our YouTube channel, okay, or else to our Google Drive. So that's really how you present a live session, a live class. We've tried to make it as easy as possible, but if you have any other questions or queries, please get in touch. There are 3 main ways to get in touch. You can send a message via our forum on this class. It's probably the slowest. We probably check maybe once every 3 hours on the forum and answer then. You could email me. Usually get a notification on the email within an hour. Or you could Facebook. If you go onto our Facebook site, which is www.facebook.com/studentgrinds, you can send a message and we get that notification straight away usually, and we can respond pretty quickly. So you can get in touch in any of those 3 ways if you have any questions or anything you want to query. And thank you for listening, and I'll chat to you later.